can feel it down in my plums. When I hear a sound, a rap at the door, my young son Gabriel walks in.
Welcome back
What's
to
it know?
Kristen Cole
Gabriel
got
leaves.
shot
I
in the
say no.
face,
Let the boy walk
aka
in.
Let the Boys Watch, a Going Great production. I am one of your co-hosts. My name is Ben, alongside our handsome co-host Ryan. We are talking about House of the Dragon season 3. This episode was called Faceless Men. Do we have stuff to talk about with that? Maybe.
Interesting.
Um, this is based on the works of George R. R. Martin and showrunner Ryan Condal. House of the Dragon stars. I'm just going to do a few this week. Matt Smith, Emma Darcy, Olivia Cooke, Steve Toussaint, RIP, maybe, maybe not. Fabien Frankel, definitely RIP. Matthew Needham, Tom Glynn-Carney, Jefferson Hall, Ewan Mitchell, etc., etc. But enough about that. Ryan, how are you? How was your weekend?
Pretty good, Uh, bunch of nonsense happened and now I'm here. It's the
And
work week again.
you ended it with House of the Dragons. Let's see if you ended your weekend on a high note or a low note.
We'll see. Maybe it's both.
Oh.
Yeah. Um, but before we get to our segments and scoring the episode, and probably a lot of tangents on the world of Ice and Fire, just be aware we will not spoil anything past this episode. I have read Fire and Blood. Benny has not. We're not going to get into any spoilers after this. We both have read the 5 books that have been released, and we saw Game of Thrones. So we might reference things like Ben said. This episode's called Faceless Men. Might have to talk a little bit about that. We'll see. But yeah, we won't spoil anything for future stuff. Please don't spoil us in the emails, but send us one. ltbwpodcast@gmail.com. You can also find us on Instagram at Let the Boys Watch Pod and join the dozens, dozens of people watching The Talented Mr. Ripley and Home Alone 2 on.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Last I checked, you got to check your numbers because we're up to a zillion followers now on
Holy
YouTube.
heck.
Yeah, so if you're feeling left out and you want to be one of the zillion, please follow us on YouTube. Search Let the Boys Watch, House of the Dragon, Godzilla minus one, maybe, Idiocracy, one of the hundreds of movies we've watched. And hit subscribe. This way you don't have to look for us every time we drop a new episode. It'll show right up on your home screen. Leave us a comment, give us a thumbs up. It really helps. It costs you nothing and it makes the two and three of us smile. So we would love for you to follow us on YouTube.
Yeah, and you could see Robbie's handsome face, who's not with us for these recaps, but I'm sure he'll be back for
hmm
whatever movie we do next, because we only got 2 weeks left of this.
I know, and that's going to segue right into the old boy's birthday pick.
That's right. That's
So
right. Um, I don't know. Ben, what'd you think about this episode this week?
I kind of want you to go first.
Okay.
I feel like I go first every
Okay.
week, and
All
you
right, that's
you
fair.
came in hot on the Zoom with I don't know, you're teeing me up, so I want to hear what you got to say.
All right, before I get to that, yeah, like I said, we'll do some scores and we have some segments. But yeah, my thoughts on this episode were, um, as a show watcher, I liked it. It was enjoyable. It was entertaining. We got a death we've been waiting for a long time. Sad boys in hell. Um, some good character development. I really liked a lot of the Tumbleton stuff with Darren and Gwaine. Still, again, worst name ever. And Ormond, and a few other things. As a book reader, I will say I have to agree with the nerds on Reddit on this one because a couple questionable decisions, a couple interesting omissions, some storylines, and I'm not going to get into any of them because I don't want to spoil you, mainly Benny, maybe some of our listeners, but you especially. But just there was a few things this week that definitely I was kind of like, I don't know about that. Again, we said it last week. This is an adaptation. It's not exactly like book material. And I'm hoping that these, you know, differentiations in story pay off in some way because I do like some of the things that they are doing that are different. but I don't know, man. Some of it's season 8-esque, or at
Really?
least heading in that direction a little bit, unless they, maybe course correct or something. I don't know. But we'll see. I think, when this is all, oh, the season's all over, maybe we'll talk about a few things. But again, I'm not trying to spoil anything, so we'll see. But as a show watcher, I kind of liked it. It was enjoyable. The Butcher's Ball, which in the books is awesome. This was also pretty awesome. Few things I feel like could have made it a little better, but cool stuff, cool stuff. And yeah, like I said, seeing Cole go down like a little bee, crying about Allison, who hasn't thought of him once, is so fantastic. What a sad boy.
Yeah. I mean, going out like we all wish we could have back in junior high school or in high
Oh my
school.
God. Uh, uh, he definitely in his head was thinking about if he was bleeding on Allison's shirt or giving her a
With
towel or something.
with his one last dying gasping breath,
Yep.
he'd
Um,
apologize for it.
just what an emo boy. I love it. Uh, it was a good death. But I'm curious what you thought about that, especially, and I'm sure we'll talk about it. But yeah, what did you think about this week?
So from what I understand, this episode is pretty much all not book,
Uh,
like kind of
no,
tip to
I would
toe.
say yes and no. Um,
Hmm.
there's definitely some book, and like I said, as the book reader, there's a good portion that is different or a show only invention. I mean, that doesn't mean that we can't get to where the book are, and in some cases it was like, oh wow, they're getting to that already, that kind of
Hmm.
stuff. But I wouldn't say completely show only. There was definitely book stuff in here.
I'm into it. I mean, I continue to be into it. I mean, fantastic way to start the episode. The death we've all been waiting for. It's been so heavily hinted these last few weeks and just kind of in general. Um, you know, uh, as much as we say we hate Kristen Cole, sad to see Fabian Frankel leave the show
Yeah.
because he did play such a great character, like making you like just not despise him, but like, dude, come on, man. So yeah, I mean, sad to see him go, but love to watch him leave. Just just in general. I mean, like this show this season has done a really good job at making the exposition and the plot moving feel easy and free flowing, and none of these episodes to me have felt like a slog to get through. Every time I'm looking up, like I feel like last year I would look up at the or 2 years ago,
Like
I would look up at the
30 more
clock.
minutes.
I know, yeah, it's like 20 minutes.
Jeez.
Like they've been talking for 45 minutes. What's going
Yeah.
on? Whereas this one, I look up and it's like 9:50. I'm like, shit. I'm like, we got
Yeah.
like, there's a couple more things that I want to see them do. So, this was a great episode just on the dialogue alone, let alone kind of some, where everything is heading. Love the Ormond, Gawain, Dara, and assassin scene. Like that was so sick. What's gonna happen now with the City Watch? What's gonna happen with Corliss? My guy, is it Adam? Alan getting it in
Alan.
apparently. It's just out of nowhere. That one I know is kind of like was just kind of rushed a little bit, but whatever. Interesting to see what's gonna happen there. I'm into it. Rhaenyra coming into her own a little bit, but also like you could just see the walls crumbling. But also at the same time, she's in the best position of anybody. Like everything's kind of falling apart for everybody else. So I know we could say that they're gathering strength and what's going to happen with Aemon. Finally, a Harrenhal scene or scenes that at least you're getting some type of payoff for them being there and what's this relationship now going to be. And there's dragon egg. So like I was saying last week, if we didn't have 50 Harrenhal minutes this whole
Ugh.
season before this, like it would have been a good payoff to the Harrenhal storyline. But I'll leave it there. Just really enjoying the season, really enjoyed the episode, and sucks that there's only two more eps. which means it's just dawning on me now. Next week's gonna be a big one.
Well, maybe. Uh, I I assume it will be, but we'll see. And I'm, again, very curious how they're gonna. I have some ideas on how they're gonna wrap up this season, and then how they're gonna wrap up the show. And bec
Does it, sorry to cut you off,
no, go
does
ahead.
it feel like they're, wow, there's only 10 episodes left in total. How are they going to get to a lot of this stuff? Or do you feel like there's 10 episodes left? How are they going to fill those out?
It's weird because it's both.
Mm,
I feel like so it, in some cases they're taking things from the books and they're minimizing them and just making it like one thing, one event, or one character instead of several characters or a number of similar events or whatever. Um, and in other cases, they're expanding on things that just don't exist in the book or are like open for interpretation. Again, Fire and Blood is a history book that you're getting different accounts from different, people,
extreme
whether they're true
unreliable
or not.
narrator.
Right. So there is room absolutely for interpretation and expanding on things. I think that in some cases they're doing a little too much expansion on certain events and certain characters. And then in other cases, I wish they would do more with certain things. So it's both, honestly. And I also wouldn't be shocked if HBO is like, hey, you're a hit. How
Yeah.
about two more seasons instead of just one?
Yeah.
Um, and I wouldn't be shocked if they went that route either. I don't know if that's the best idea, but the, HBO wants to make more money on this universe. So we have this right now, which is tech allegedly going to end next season. And then we have Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which I think might go 4, maybe 5 seasons, and those are short. And then after that, I don't know.
Did I don't want to get too tangent crazy,
No,
but did
please.
you see what Ira Parker, I think it is, the showrunner of of Night of the Seven Kingdoms said?
Yeah, he said that George is working on a fourth
Yeah.
story, and he, of course, gave him ideas on some other
Yeah.
things,
But he
whatever.
also
So,
said he wants to do 4 seasons and then take like 5 or 6 years off and let Dexter, the guy that plays Ed, grow up.
yeah,
I think that'd be kind of silly, but it'd be cool if they actually could pull that off. But once HBO sees that money, they're gonna be like, either you do it or we're gonna find somebody else that does it and we're just gonna
right,
recast.
right.
But I mean, so they'll have that. Hopefully, it seems they got really good reviews. They they pushed the they pushed that before the episode this week. They had the little trailer for Night of the Seven Kingdoms, so I feel like they're trying to push people in that direction, build off the momentum that House of the Dragon has. So I don't know. I could see something where they end up doing like, instead of 8 episodes next year, there's two 6 episode seasons
Maybe.
or something like that to try to just extend it a little bit further.
Yeah, maybe yeah, they love doing that. Or maybe they see how uh the Mad King play does and maybe take that story, even though it keeps getting canceled
I was gonna
apparently.
say, yeah, they delayed it, like they canceled the first 5 or whatever. So,
I don't know.
are there
Um,
any more? Are there any more HBO shows in the pipeline? Like I know there was that Long Night one that got canceled. I
there
think the
was,
Nymeria one got
yep,
canceled.
something with Jon Snow coming back, canceled or abandoned or whatever. Then there was talk about Robert's Rebellion maybe being a movie or
That'd be
a
sweet.
show. Yeah. Um, and I mean, I guess there's other things they could possibly do. I don't know. They they're not going to let a popular IP just die. Um,
No.
so there'll be something, but the further it gets from the works, I don't know. And I just keep every time there's like criticism of the show or any of the shows, and it's just like, well, this is why George was upset. And I'm like, yeah,
George is getting upset.
George's getting upset. George like spicy chicken. Um, I just, if he finished the books, he could say whatever he wants, but
Yeah.
because he didn't, I I take what he says with such a grain of salt, and it's like, look at, it happened with Thrones, it happened with this, like maybe George is the problem and it's not these guys, but like at the same time, the stuff we do have is so good that it's like the crazy ex-girlfriend that you had. You're just like, but it was really good, so like maybe I'll deal with the BS.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eh,
I mean, like at some point, like we've invested so much time. Like I just want answers,
right.
and I'm not getting them from George ever, it
Yeah.
seems like. So, and if I do get him someday, great, but unlikely. I mean, I already saw people spinning webs about, oh, this is like when Ira said he's writing the fourth Duncan egg. Like, this is great news for the Winds of Winter because he said that, he's not going to write anything until the Winds of Winter is done. So maybe he's feeling it and he just needs to get this Duncan egg thing out and then we're going to get the wind. I'm like, sweet summer child.
To be fair, at this point, like, don't get me wrong, I would love Winds of Winter, Dream of Spring, of course. But I don't think we're getting either one of those. I would absolutely love another Dunk and Egg. I love
Yeah.
those. I've I've reread those more than Song of Ice and Fire. So I would absolutely love to get one of those, but who knows? We're probably not getting that either.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway,
Oh,
all right, let's score this episode and get into some segments. Benny, can I give two scores?
yes, but you have to pick which one you stay with.
Yeah, because for the post, of course.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I'm gonna go show watcher. It's tough, man, because there is a lot of cool things in this. Um, let me start. I'll start with book Ryan, and I'll say 6.7. Um, but as the show watcher, yeah, oh yeah. No, I'm not doing that. 6.6. Um, but as the show watcher, I don't know. I think better than last week just because of a few scenes. So I'll go 8.3.
Yeah, agreed. I'm again regretting the score that I gave week
Yes.
one because I'm going 8.5 on this one.
Hmm.
Um, like we're just on all cylinders. I feel like everything that they do is just so cool and it gives you more questions and the question and the like the City Watch stuff with the name of the episode being Faceless Men and that being the theory. Because like, is it just Ormond that is creating this crazy plot to just start killing all these City Watch? I don't know if he's got that kind of stroke when it comes to King's Landing and Flea Bottom, but I'm interested to see where that ends up. And then I like how that gets weaved into the um Ulf storyline and like he gets embarrassed in front of all the people that all the sorry, all the small folk that see that, and that's kind of gonna undermine Rhaenyra a little bit. Rhaenyra's up on the throne, she gets cut, she's not having it with the small folk anymore. So was that a waste of time trying to help them in the first place when she could have just paid the City Watch? So like I love the way everything is getting tangled together and weaved into each other. I like the Sir Hugh stuff where he's not necessarily giving Ulf the pep talk, but he's like, come on, I mean, we do have the dragons, like, and like this is better than it was, no matter what. And then he goes after his wife literally in the next 10 minutes of the episode, and she doesn't want anything to do with him anymore. So he pretty much gets proven wrong immediately.
That's
Um,
wild.
yeah, yeah,
Talk
very
about,
well.
I mean, we might have a new sad boy on the show.
Oh, 100%. And again, I mean, this is what we were talking about early on in the season. Like him going to Tumbleton was only going to end poorly for them. Um, the Harrenhal stuff, like I said, it's just all weaving together very nicely, and that's not even touching on like the Allison stuff. I love Rhaenyra in this episode. Emma Darcy again, give them all the awards because Emma Darcy was all over the place in this episode with, you know, feeling herself and feeling betrayed by Allison. And I love that scene where it's after Allison gets caught and Rhaenyra, like, clearly now is done with Allison's shit. And, like, I have the power here and now I'm going to have to start using it. But she still is trying to hedge and be merciful a little bit. I love that scene. I mean, spoiler alert, I might end up choosing that later on in the episode for one of our awards, but I don't know, man. All the interactions have been so good, and I feel like there was one that I'm leaving out that I forgot while I was talking about all this other stuff, but I'm sure we'll get to it. So 8.5. I'm loving the way everything is weaving together, and I'm really hoping that they can finish the season strong.
Yeah. Can I also say that I, as well as Rhaenyra, am done with Allison's shit.
Oh, the work. Come on, she
She
stinks.
stinks. Get
Yeah.
her off this show. Like, just do away with her. Goodbye.
What is she gonna do with Aemond?
What a bunch of horse crap. Like, that is the stupidest plan ever. That's like, let's bring a White Walker to King's Landing levels of stupid.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
It's gonna be an absolute fool's errand. It's
yeah,
disgusting. I hate it. Um,
yeah. I mean, this is the classic. I don't know if you didn't finish Breaking Bad, right?
no, I don't know
But
why.
this is the Mike Ehrmantraut to Walter White, no more half measures. Or I think maybe I forget who said it to who, but it's when you try to go halfway on stuff and not fully put the hammer down, it always comes back to bite you. And Rhaenyra is, no pun intended, the queen of half measures. Like she doesn't either fully explain what she wants or she doesn't act as strongly as she should in either way. You know, she's not as merciful as she could be, and she's not as
Strong.
hard-assed as she could be, and it's ending it screws her every single time. And she so badly wants to be this hybrid of Damon and Viserys. It's just not working out at all.
Not working out. It's oil and water, those two
Yeah.
kind of. So, yeah, I mean, I think, and maybe let's get into it now, because I'm not sure if this is really gonna fit in any specific segments, but I definitely want to talk about the fact that Rhaenyra is like maybe you're looking at as a ha she's half-assing a lot of stuff rather than whole-assing it. I also think you could explain it to a certain extent as like she's just making confidently stupid decisions. And if she had a better small counsel, or like even a trusted advisor, like I'm sure, like Alan's fine, but she does not gonna listen to him. She doesn't care. She's just like, "Can you get me Valerian men? Great, okay, do it." And
Yeah.
Damon just wants to do things his way. So he's not advising her. He's just like, we should do this. And then when she's like, nah, he's like, all right, fuck you, and leaves the room. And then you got Orwell, who's whatever, and then Frey and Manderley, who I love, by the way. But like, she's just like the idea behind let's send knives, great, to try the assassination attempt. But like, maybe think it through a little more. Uh, I mean, who knew that basically Gwaine liking the company of men was going to foil that plan? Who knew?
Yeah.
But this Allison plan is like stupid. And then, like you said before, maybe she should have given that money to City Watch rather than a week's worth of groceries for the small folk. Like,
Yeah.
she's just making poor decisions, and it's biting her in the butt. Like, Damon and the other people in small council actually are both right. So in one case, yes, the dragons are not precision weapons. We know this.
Yeah.
And Damon is like, just burn everybody. Just burn, like, let's just end this. They're both right. But there's probably a middle ground in there somewhere where they could, I don't know, have the dragons go after specific areas or just burn the castle. Yeah, you might lose the, I forget what their
Footleys.
names are, but like you might lose a couple of people in there, but like you'll get Ormond and Dwayne, Darren and Gawain and whatever. So like, I don't know. I'm just my thought is like Rhaenyra is just effing up and but she's like doing it in such a poor way.
Yeah.
I don't
But
know.
I I think that you're right where so much of this would have been better with tr people that she could trust and people that are truly in her corner.
Right.
And even Damon, to extent, is not fully in her corner and will
No.
do whatever it takes and look at it through the lens of how am I going to help her help the realm. And that's what we've seen so many times in the show is that because she's a woman and because Allison was a woman, like people just don't take them seriously at all,
Right.
and feel like they can do or say whatever and they're going to get away with it. And 75% of the time they do. She kind of just like,
Yeah, Ormond
don't
is
do that
right.
again. Yeah.
He's an asshole, but he's right when he's like she won't burn her constituents and
Oh,
she
yeah.
she won't.
Yeah. So it's hard. It's hard over here on Team Black. It's not, I mean, it's like I said, everybody else's path seems a lot rockier than hers. And, she kind of seems like she's in the clear for now, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen.
I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. Um, all right. Anything else that doesn't fit into segments you want to bring up?
Just like the faceless man, like it's
Yeah.
such an
What's that
intention,
about?
it's such an intentional name for the episode. So I'm interested to see if the guy that Damon killed comes back. Not as not
Not as
as
that.
himself, but that face
Yes.
comes back. And like that's, I mean they were so I don't want to say intentional, but they have the conversation about what assassins to send to Tumbleton and like, oh, it should be somebody that's plain faced and um, that guy is kind of normal looking. I know people have pointed out that he's got the heterochromia with two different eye colors, which I haven't noticed. I mean, that's
I didn't
the
notice
kind of
that.
shit that people pick up. So like, is that truly that plain of a face? But I don't know. I'm interested. I need to know why they call it faceless men. And
Yes.
maybe it's just something as simple as the people that she sent to Tumbleton, to the fact that that there's no, as this guy says, as Damon's about to kill him, that there's no central group of people that are going to do this. It's the old, you kill one, five more of us are going to take the place. So
Right.
is that what they mean by faceless men? It's interesting. Sometimes like I said, I don't like to theory craft anymore or dig too deep into the fan theories because it just sets you up to be disappointed because you have 10,000 people to workshop these ideas on Reddit over the course of a full week to like,
Right.
oh, this is actually be the sickest route.
Should have done
But
this.
yeah, so I don't know. Interesting choice for the episode title.
Yeah. Yeah. I I think it's probably like Occam's razor simplest explanation, and it's probably like it sounds cool. It's a reference to things in the series proper, and you could make the argument that it's like faceless men are really the ones that are like undermining and taking down Rhaenyra's rule, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I think we'll have to see.
It's just such a specific,
I know.
and it's like last week with Unbowed and Unbent.
Right.
We're not probably we do kind of get a little bit of a Dorne reference in this episode, but there's there was clearly not going to be anything Dorne related that popped up. But Faceless Men seems like,
I
did
don't know.
Ormond hire Faceless Men? Is that, or are they just doing? Do they have a reason to just cause chaos? I don't know.
I don't know. We shall see. Um,
Last
all
thing I
right.
want to mention,
Yes, please.
because so I don't know fully, and I don't. I don't want to go full spoiler, but I wish, and we probably will get a little exposition on it, but the group of Northmen that kill Kristen Cole, I love their backstory.
Love it.
The fact that they're this just old, like these old ass Northmen that are specifically going to this fight because they're like the front lines and like they want to just die
Yeah.
in battle and like this, so they're the we have nothing to lose. I love is that main guy, old guy, is he a Stark or is he just
No, Roddy the Ruin. He's
okay?
awesome.
I love him. I want more of him. I want more backstory for those guys because that is such a sick, unless you're in it. I, I really wish they would explain it because that's just such a cool uh, group of men. I love the fact that they don't give Kristen his moment. They just put three in him and just let him die, in the most meager way.
Yeah. And a lot of people, and this doesn't spoil anything for anybody, but a lot, I don't know if maybe you've even seen it, but, or heard it if you listen to your boy. Um, that scene has an awesome line in the book, and it's basic. I'm probably butchering it a little bit, but it's basic. There'll be no song sung for you, Kingmaker.
Yeah,
And yeah, like I love the Winter Wolves, that whole contingent. Oscar Tully's awesome. More of them, please. Um,
yes.
as a quick question on that crew, um, the girl with the do you know who that is?
I only saw, I think like an Instagram post or maybe something on Reddit that she's somebody's husband.
Well, wife. She's a woman.
Yeah, sorry. What,
Yeah.
like her,
No,
she's
I know what you
avenging her
meant.
husband.
Um, One thing I feel like this episode did in a couple of spots, and they've done it in this show, is like they'll throw these characters on screen for a second or to do whatever, and you're like, wait, who the hell is that? And then you're
Yeah.
like, oh, okay. And it's technically her name is Allison, and she's a Blackwood, and she is a character in the books, but that's honestly, I feel like that's the first time that I recall seeing her in this.
If I'm being critical, I will say that we spend so much time expounding on the high towers and Team Green that there's so much cool stuff on Team Black that we're not diving into.
Right.
And I don't know if that's on purpose. I don't know if it's going to switch at some point. And I mean, really on Team Black, the only point of views we're getting are Rhaenyra and Daemon.
Pretty
And really
much, yeah.
that's kind of it. So I don't know. I wish they would dive into a little bit of some of the stuff that we're talking about right now. We'll see. I hope that their time comes, but the whole Winter Wolves stuff, I would love for them to dig into. And I love what I've seen of Oscar Tully, but I've seen two scenes with him.
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm
I'm
saying. They
sure,
should definitely expand on that crew. I agree with
yeah.
that.
So I just wanted to shout out my boys, the Winter Wolves.
No, yeah, they're awesome. Um, all right. Having said all that, let's do the Iron Throne award for this week. It's which character I guess had the best week or we enjoyed the most or whatever. Whatever the reason we want to give them some flowers. Um, would you like to start, Benny?
Um, yeah, I'll go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Emma Darcy slash Rhaenyra. If I'm bringing her back out, I don't know how many more times I'm gonna get to pick her the
You
rest of the
love her.
show.
You
I
love
do, I
her, the
do.
character, and then the
Her
actor.
slash them. But no, I loved all of her scenes this week. Like I said, she's just, I don't know, man. Sorry, they kill it like in every scene from every angle. I don't know how Emma Darcy does it. Like I said, I just love that episode, that scene with her and Allison, the way those two play off each other, and then just all like the tangled history that they have. Um, they tend to nail those scenes, I feel like, and they've been nailing them all season. And I loved the scene with her on the throne this week. Um, and you get kind of that more confident version, but also she's still messing things up. We get the throne cutting her. We know what that means. If you're a fan of the book and the early episodes of the show, you know that that means the throne thinks that she's unworthy, or was it just an accident? I guess we'll find out, but I don't know. I feel like as shored up as her rule seems right now, I don't know how many more good episodes she has without some major loss.
Yeah. We'll see. Um, because I'm not gonna go as far as to take her in our next segment, but I don't know. I disagree. I don't love a lot of the I almost said Daenerys, Rhaenyra scenes. I just like the acting's good. But I just feel like this, especially with the Allison, I'm like, get out of here. Like, give us more Winter Wolves. Like, stop with this. Like, I don't know. Anyway, my Iron Throne for this week is uh, I don't know. No one like super stood out to me this week. I was thinking about like if maybe the scene was like a little bit longer. Um, maybe you know what? I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna give my Iron Throne to the Riverland Army and Black Alley and the Winter Wolves and Oscar Tully, that whole crew, because they set a trap for our
Sick trap
friend.
too.
Good is a good trap. Um, I was gonna say something about the books, but I'll skip it. But g great trap, and then you know it was a roller coaster of a scene because you're like, all right, they surprise him, and then Kristen Cole and his crew beat him, and they're like, yeah, we light
We
the
like
way,
the
like a bunch of
way.
losers. You're not even a high tower, you
Yeah.
loser. Um, and then everyone rolls up, and it's just time to pay the piper. But I will say, if I had to, I will. Well, I don't have to. It's our show, but I will give a little bit, maybe just a piece of Iron Throne to Kristen Cole and his
Yes.
Morning Star,
Yeah.
or
Oh, that's what I
Mace or
wanted to
whatever
mention
that
before.
it's called.
Yeah.
Fantastic. He really
The
wrecked those people.
easily the best Mace scene of all time in any media. That
Had to
was
be.
brutal at some points. I love that.
That was awesome.
Yeah, and I'll
Uh,
give a little piece to him too, just in general
yeah,
for going out, just being the character that we truly loved to hate. Being a thread the whole way through since pretty much episode one. So, like I said, he stinks that he's gone, but
yeah.
won't miss the character in some ways.
It's tough to like he was such a heel like at season 1 and 2, and then this season like he was the acting was still great, but I felt like they were just like
Dragging it
wasn't
out.
dragging it out, and like I mean, to be fair, the whole storyline of him traipsing around like is just kind of stupid anyway. Like he really should have been either in Tumbleton or uh maybe in Old Town, something. I don't know. Like he should have been with a contingent of
I felt
like
like in
the
some ways,
rulers.
just him being alive was a wild card
Yeah,
where like he could have done some stuff that like really threw a wrench in a lot of people's plans. So seeing him finally go was kind of just like all right, we don't have to worry about that guy because not saying he's the greatest warrior in the realm, like he styled himself to be. I know he's a little bit more dangerous in the books, but um, just the fact that he was there, you could always see him popping up, and even like his plan as it pertains to this season was probably going a little bit better than he expected
yeah,
with delaying the Rivermen along the way. I mean, the clock finally hit 000 on him, and he just goes out like the way he did. Um, but yeah, I mean, even the way, like I said, the way that he died, just,
fantastic.
he set himself up as like, they're going to sing songs about me. I know you mentioned the line from the book, I'm the greatest warrior. At least I'm going to go out in a blaze of glory. And it's like, nope, nope. You're just getting a couple of bow and arrows to the
You get a
chest and the
sucker's
face, and that's
death.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It was great.
He definitely deserves a little piece of the throne.
And I love that I assume intentional, but the first one was to his gut, so it wasn't like a kill shot.
Yeah.
And so it's like he has to sit there and at least have 10, 20 seconds of guess it's not a hero's death.
Or, at least like, all right, let me gather myself and I'm still gonna run right at them, but doesn't even get that.
Nope. He's probably thinking about Allison. What a loser.
What a herb.
Yeah. Um, all right. So if those were our Iron Thrones, let's flip it and give the Kristen Cole Memorial Award,
Nice.
which is who sucks this episode? Who annoyed us? Who do we dislike? Um, I guess we'll keep going snake draft, so I'll go with uh it's gotta be. I mean, there's a couple people that annoyed me in this episode, but Allison stinks. Get off my screen. I'm sick of the surprise face. It's always like everything's shocking, and I just I don't like how she's treating Helena, who's we must protect at all costs. I love Helena. Uh, and I just hate her. She stinks, and I hate her.
So they focused very heavily on her making that soup
Yeah,
and her back is to Helena. I mean, I don't want you to spoil anything, but do you think she might
taste
a
the
little,
soup.
she was very,
Where's the
yes, adamant
spoon?
about, like, yeah. Do you think, I don't know, did she slip her a Mickey in there and she's gonna leave
I
Helena
feel
to
like
deal
I
with
can't
that?
answer either way because it's like I'm giving something
Yeah,
away.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. I didn't notice it until I went back and like I said, fantastic Alt Shift X 9 a.m. sharp. As soon as I sat down in my seat this morning was live
Nice.
talking about the episode and answering
Yo,
questions.
three
And
hours is
I
that's
think
a full day's work.
they do like him and that guy Glidus do kind of like a more tongue-in-cheek one that's
Yeah.
on like whatever streaming service that they do. It's like 7 hours every episode.
That's wild. I hope he's getting paid.
Yeah, I hope he's getting bonkers bucks.
Yeah.
But he does all this. Does Dune.
Yep.
He does a bunch of other stuff. So good
Good
for
for
him.
him. I love his
Yeah,
voice.
yeah,
Um, should we do an Alt Shift X podcast where we comment on his
yeah.
podcast?
We do 14 hours breaking down his 17-hour video or 7-hour video.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I think a lot of no, I'm not gonna say anything. Never mind.
Okay. My Kristen Cole Memorial You Suck award goes to is it Thailand? Thailand
Thailand.
Lannister
Yeah.
for just stumbling, bumbling, fumbling over
Mumbling.
the do you
Mumbling.
think I'm a terrible person line? Um, well, I think maybe if there's good and bad and
Yeah.
despicable and um yeah, I mean just come on, bro. Just take a stand either way or just suck feet if you have to or stand up to him completely. Um I do love it for Aegon a little bit
Yeah.
because he sides with the one guy that was honest with him
Told him the
and
truth.
told him the truth, and he feels like I don't know if he necessarily thinks that Laris wants what's best for Aegon, but Laris definitely wants to survive. He wants to scheme something big, so he's gonna follow him because he kind of trusts Laris's kind of scheming ways. I don't know if that's going to end up working out good for him in the end, but we're getting a little bit of that growth with Aegon that I wanted to see. So Thailand, it's a long way to say Thailand stinks, and Laris might have been one of my honorary mentions this week.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think Aegon's stupid. I think he was just like cruel and lazy and like hedonistic. So he's making a good decision. As these properties love to do, we're kind of flipping our feelings on Aegon. Like I like watching their scenes. Both of them. What season one we were like, ugh, disgusting. I hate them
Yeah,
both.
despicable.
Yeah, despicable pieces of crap. Um, so
I
yeah,
mean, they're assholes when they have power, but when they're, fighting from underneath like this, you get to see kind of the real person that
yeah,
has to struggle and what they do in the face of adversity.
yeah, totally. Um, any Ani mentions to point out for either?
Worst week ever, Corliss. I don't, I don't know, man. Like
You might be right.
he gave a little nug to Alan, so good for him. Do you think he got killed or he just got taken? Well, I mean, I know you probably know, but they could have changed it. But
They could have changed it.
do you think he got murked or he just got taken captive?
I don't know, man. I'm I'm curious where they're going with this because that is that and the character that took him, John Roxon. Like I've major complaints with this scene and those characters and whatever, but I'm not gonna get into it.
It felt
So I don't
super out
know.
of nowhere.
Yeah,
I mean, I know that's kind of, the point is that they just kind of show up and how do they know they're there though? And like,
yeah, I
I
don't.
don't
Who
know.
knows?
So,
Maybe Alan told him.
oh, him and Bela. Yeah, so I don't know.
There's
I'm
less
like,
chemistry of that than a history classroom. Like terrible.
yeah. So yeah, Corliss. I mean, hopefully it's not the last we see of him. But he was going on his emo world tour as well. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ugh, they won't legitimize my kids. I'm gonna go look for pirates.
Banger line by Alan though,
Crushed
banger
them.
line where he's like, "Yeah, well, it
Crushed
took
them.
you it took you 25 years or whatever
Yeah.
to recognize me. So like, what are you so upset about?"
He should have, it would have been like hilarious if he was just like, fair play.
Yeah, or the Alonzo Mourning gift that I always reference, where he's
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, yeah."
Yeah, perfect. Do I have anyone I want to call out? I guess Damon a little bit. But he's like kind of annoying me, but I loved him, going undercover and rooting out the guys. I wonder if so actually both for him because one, I like that. I like that he was, gung ho, let's go get him and whatever. Because I do think that it probably would be a good idea to at least semi-attack Tumbleton. Um, but then I did not enjoy or like, and it was just in my head, but he's treating Ulf like a piece of crap, and that is so stupid.
Yeah,
Like, this dude is riding around on a nuclear weapon, and you're gonna treat him like crap? Like, what is wrong with you?
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it's very clear that his identity is very much attached to the fact that he thinks he's so important and so powerful because he has the dragon, he's a full-blooded Targaryen, and the fact that these people are able to ride dragons is such like a ego check to him that he
Yeah,
just can't handle it.
yeah, yeah. Jace was bitching about that too, right? Jace or
Yeah,
Luke? Jace.
yeah.
Um, and it's funny you talk about his um what word did you use about his what? Not reputation, his identity.
Yeah.
His on the flip side, Ulf's identity is the boys. He love,
Yeah.
him him getting
Not one ale.
not one ale, him getting bitch slapped in a public square in front of his people.
And as
That's getting
annoying that
back to the
he,
boys.
yeah, and as annoying as he is, like people seem to like him
Yeah.
and at least like enjoy him hanging around and, kind of being like that class clown type vibe.
I mean, he's kind of being a bitch too,
For sure.
also, because it's like, dude, you are like one of the most
D
powerful people in the world right now.
Invite the boys to the Red Keep.
Yeah. Or like, all right, fine. Like, let me take a couple of City Watch or Queen's Guard down to the tavern, and they could make sure I don't do anything stupid or whatever, something.
He's not being resourceful.
It's dumb. It's dumb. There's it. You know, we could sit here and nitpick like literally everything, of course. Um, but you know, with him, like show up on the dragon and like fly around and wave at people,
Yeah.
like that's fine. I mean, if all you want to do is like drink beers and like probably whore and whatever, like there's ways to do that. You don't have to go to the old pub. You could go to another one, one
Yeah.
that's approved by Rhaenyra or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. All right. I don't remember what we if we had names for this, but favorite scene. You
You
already
want to go?
alluded to yours. Yeah, please.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go with like I said, I mean, I love the Alicent Rhaenyra dynamic. I love how I don't want to say like apoplectic Rhaenyra is because she's not really like over the top with like her dressing down Alicent, but I just kind of love that this is like the dude, what are you doing? You're forcing me to make these decisions against you, and like you know that I can't like just let it slide at this point because it's not
Yeah,
something that's just happening between the two of us. Like now people have seen it. And it's
right.
not just, the maids and, the handmaids and stuff like that. It's like there are other people that are aware that this is happening now and I have to be strong. And I love, the kind of scheming she does where like she's like, maybe, but I don't, maybe you can go to Harrenhal. So
Which
like
is
I said, I
dumb,
love
but yes.
yeah, but just seeing like the wheels turn, and just kind of the situation that the two of them that are in, where they clearly have feelings for each other, but they also kind of resent each other for so many different things. So I just enjoy the dynamic between the two of them. I mean, I'm just so glad that Rainier is just done with Allison at this point because she is just pushing every single boundary and has no remorse for the way that Rhaenyra has to deal with this. Not that she should, but I mean she's kind of in a situation where she needs to um, be in deference of Rhaenyra's power.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh I just it's like I said it before, but I think I want to change it a little bit. It's Rhaenyra is doing these things and making these decisions, and it's just like the some of the ideas are good. Like in theory, sending someone to treat with Aemond. Kind of a good idea. Like, test it out. Sending assassins, pretty good idea. But it's just like they just don't work out. It's like
Yeah,
I feel like everyone knows that one person that like no matter what they do, things just they just fall flat on their face all the time for whatever
yeah.
reason, and that's how it feels with Rhaenyra. Um, but um, favorite scene. I guess I'll go with the initial scene, the butcher's ball. Again, wish it was like slightly different, based on the way it was told in the books, but I thought it was great, you know, from a just a watching experience. Um, the trick was cool in the beginning. The all the stuff Kristen Cole did was awesome, and you know, the whole ending was fantastic, and Kristen Cole's death was delightful.
See you later, buddy.
Sucker. All right, least favorite scene. I think I'm gonna pick your favorite scene and say that scene bothered me the most because it was just like, what are we doing?
Fair,
We're
fair.
set. This is what we're doing. We're set. Like,
Yeah,
to be fair, the the beginning part, you're right, accurate. That was good, and it's like kind of mirror what I was just saying. Rhaenyra is like, Alice, what are you doing? I have to keep you, like, I should, whatever. I have to keep you in prisoner now. But then that morphing into I really feel like sending her to Harrenhal is just
But
very
also,
stupid.
why isn't Allison like, he's gonna be pretty pissed that I told him to leave King's Landing and then you show up the next day and take over. Like she's conveniently kind of leaving that out.
And you know what? It's work release. It's any excuse to
True,
get out of the castle.
true, fair.
Send me anywhere. Just get me
Yeah,
out of here. Um, yeah, I mean, she doesn't care. She doesn't she cares about Helena because it's her daughter and it would look bad. She doesn't actually care about her family, I don't think.
yeah,
That's my impression. It's like because she wasn't going to bring her granddaughter, um, and she doesn't really care about her sons. Like I don't know. I don't know what she cares about.
yeah. I mean, she's keeps sacrificing Aemon over and over and over again. So I don't know.
Whatever.
My least favorite, and I'm gonna file this under the not great but better, and it's the Harrenhal scenes. Um, I get like I'm just very jaded with Harrenhal after last season, where it felt like we spent so much time there, and the payoff that we get from it is not um worth the amount of time that they spend there. So I'm interested to see. I mean, okay, what does this mean for Eamon now? I mean, when Damon leaves Harrenhal, he goes to I'm gonna, fully back Rhaenyra, which is like, okay, cool. I mean, she needs it, but we spent like 2 full hours of this show with you like having dreams that weren't that cool. And then, I
Alice
mean, Eamon,
stinks.
yeah. So I don't know, not great, but better. I mean, at least we feel like we're at the end of the Harrenhal arc this year, and Eamon's actually going to get to do something cool. So I don't know.
It's like they served us a poop sandwich, but now it's on good bread. So
Yeah, yeah, it's on rye.
yeah,
Poop on
good, I
rye.
guess. I don't know.
Yeah, toasted
Uh,
and buttered.
ugh. Yeah, the Harrenhal stuff, but like it would be totally fine, both of them, if they just shortened it a bit. Like
Yeah.
I get
I
like
mean, they have no problem like leaving people out of episodes for a week or two.
right. I feel like though it's like, and maybe this is for maybe a little more so for like the casual watcher where it's like we got to hit on Alicent, Rhaenyra, Daemon, Aemond, Aegon, Kristen, not anymore, but like yeah, like they have to check in with these specific characters,
Yeah,
even though like their storyline's not like really going anywhere at this point.
yeah.
So maybe that's part of it. I don't know.
I mean, not that we had major complaints with it, but like the brand just went missing in Game of Thrones for like seasons at a time.
Yeah,
So, I mean, there's got to be some type of middle ground there where we can check in on it, but it doesn't need to be like this long, drawn out shit.
yeah. I don't know. But yeah, good call. Um, Ani Mensch, not really for either, but I do just want to call out quickly. Um, this any scene with the moon door is
Yeah.
enjoyable. Lady Jane, and I forget what she says exactly, but she's just like always interesting.
Yeah, it never gets old.
Yeah. And then her,
Which fair, fair.
that's throwing people out of high windows, always going to be interesting.
Yeah, and
Um,
then her and Arena,
yes.
which is, I mean, again, not a throwaway scene, but also like, what does that mean? Where are we
I don't
going with
know.
that?
Um, and I would say it's funny. I almost like interrupted you with it, but it's definitely like a parallel to Rhaenyra, what she was with Allison. Like people saw this. Like we can't ignore it.
Yeah.
And it's the
And
same thing
and
with Lady Jane. People saw
it's
you riding this dragon.
it's also the parallel with Ulf and Hugh, where like,
Yeah, true.
Reyna was like, all my life I wanted a dragon. I had to give up everything to get it. So, I mean,
Yeah,
she had maybe a little bit more to lose than Ulf and Hugh, but I mean, the three of them are not necessarily better off now because they have a dragon.
Yeah, true. I mean,
which is the same thing as, Rhaenyra getting the throne. Like, at what cost?
right.
Hers is maybe a little bit more extreme, but
No, it pretty much, I mean, a lot of people in this show are sacrificing literally everything for what they wanted. I don't know if I'd say Ulf and Hugh specifically were wanting dragons, but they wanted to be important. They wanted to be knights. They wanted to have money, and like they lost it all.
yeah, yeah,
I don't know. Would you give it all up for a dragon, Benny?
yeah, 100%.
Yes. Yes, I would.
I'm not going to learn this lesson.
No, no. Uh, um, is there anything we didn't hit on that you want to make sure we do?
No, I think we did a good job. I'm trying to think if there are any. I mean, okay, yes, I do like the fact that we get a little bit of Darren's personality in this
Yes.
episode,
I
where
definitely
he's
wanted to
like,
talk about that. Yes.
he's talking to Gwen, and he's like, dude, this guy's a freaking psycho, man. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be
Get
here.
me out of here.
Yeah, so I'm glad that at least we get that from Dayron. We get the little "Have you seen my mother?" line, which was, a little heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But then also Gwen is like, "Yeah, well, sorry about it. I gotta go." So it was cool that we actually, aside from the whole assassination scene, which was pretty sick. Um, is that going to be the last of Rhaenyra using the smells against Ormond? Because I mean, clearly she used that little nugget to kind of throw him off his game and not have him thinking straight. Like, luckily for Ormond, Gawain was there, and like you said, probably had a little crush on the Baratheons. Um,
Kind of seems
so
that way.
yeah, so interesting.
Yeah,
I told
imagine
you he
if
had a thing for crispy coal.
yes, you were right. You were right. I I mean, if Gwen wasn't there, probably would have succeeded.
Yeah.
Because Ormond was like, fantastic. Once the Baratheons come, then it's everyone else. Like he
Yeah.
was into it. And then uh I was kind of upset, but I I don't know, back and forth, but like I really wanted the last sequence to be him telling Gwen what the plan is, because I really want to know what that
Yeah,
plan
I know.
is.
Because we kept talking about that last week. It was like, what is the plan actually? And they're like, what's the plan, Ormond? Cut to something completely different. It's like, son of a bitch.
Well,
They're listening.
yeah, I'm sure they are.
Hi,
Um,
George.
I, um, yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's like one other thing, but I can't think of it right now. Um, but we'll
We'll
see.
remember it in 15 minutes.
Oh, absolutely. Damn it, I meant to say that. Um, well, either way, if you're still with us, we appreciate it. Please, send us those messages. We only got 2 episodes left. Um, I don't know. We love you. Benny, tell them good night.
Good night, Kristen. See you in hell, bitch. Sad boys unite in hell.
That's why I wore my sad boy shirt,
Nice.
or
I
one of many. Oh, quickly, Rebometer. I think you would have liked this episode.
think you would have. I think this is some classic Game of Thrones bouncing around, but the bouncing around is good. So Rebometer, needles moving past the midway point to liking it. Not loving it, but liking it.
Okay,
Let the
I
boy
think so.
watch.
All right.
Let the boy
Good night.
watch. He needs to learn the way I learned from my father. The way he learned from his father. Let